We are about to break down what might be the single most audacious, most legendary, and honestly most psychologically brutal bluff ever caught on camera. Seriously, this isn't just a poker hand, it's a masterclass in psychological warfare.
And hey, that's not just my opinion, that's a direct quote from the live commentary as this absolutely insane hand was unfolding. It became an instant legend, and today, we're gonna dissect exactly why. We're gonna see how poker can just transcend the cards and become a true battle of wills.
And for a battle like this, you need two perfect opponents. In one corner, you've got the fearless young gun, Tom Dwan, a player famous for making moves that just defy all logic. And in the other corner, Sammy George, a seasoned, high-stakes pro who's seen it all, or at least he thought he had.
Okay, let's look at the cards. Dwan starts his assault with a 7 and a 2, literally the worst possible starting hand in Texas Hold'em. It's absolute garbage. Meanwhile, Sammy George is sitting pretty with an ace and a 6, a really strong hand, especially when you're one-on-one.
So, how does a hand like this even begin? Well, it doesn't start with a big explosion. It starts with a simple raise before the flop. Let's watch how Dwan masterfully and slowly escalates the pressure, turning this thing into a total financial war zone.
Obviously, he's trying to hit the net.
Either 7 deuce or various. It's hard to say. Oh, but now we're building a huge pot here.
So Dwan makes a standard raise, Sammy calls. Pretty normal. The flop comes Jack, Ace, 6. Now this is a dream for Sammy. He's got 2 pair, a monster hand. He checks, trying to look weak to trap Dwan. Dwan bets, and Sammy springs the trap with a check raise. But Dwan, holding absolutely nothing, does the unthinkable. He re-raises him back. And just like that, boom. After just one round of betting on the flop, the pot has already exploded to a massive $162,000. This is no longer about just playing cards. This is about immense financial and psychological pressure. You know, to really get Dwan's genius here, we have to look at what poker pros call level 3 thinking. He's not just playing his own garbage hand, that's level 1. And he's not just playing what he thinks Sammy has, that's level 2. No, he's playing based on what he thinks Sammy thinks that Dwan has. It's a true mind game inside of a mind game.
Big trouble behind. Something into that he might not be willing to get all his chips in with.
Dirk could...
Medium flop or compare with a big heart.
Nani? No.
There it goes.
All right, so after a turn card that doesn't really change anything, we get to the final card, the river. The pot is already huge. Sammy has a monster. And this is where Tom Dwan makes a move so bold, so audacious, it seems completely and totally insane. So with the final board out there, Tom Dwan shoves, all in. He bets $479,500. This is what we call a massive overbet. He's betting way, way more than what's already in that enormous pot. We're talking almost 3 times more. What he's doing here is just brilliant. It's called polarizing your range. With a bet this big, Dwan is telling a very specific story. He is screaming, I either have the absolute best possible hand, the unbeatable nuts, or I have absolutely nothing. There's no in between. He is forcing Sammy to guess between hero and 0. Okay, so let's put ourselves in Sammy's shoes for a second. You've got one of the strongest hands you could ask for. There is a fortune in the middle, and this fearless opponent has just bet everything he has. What on earth do you do? So Sammy's mind just becomes a battlefield. Logic is over here telling him his 2 pair is strong, but then you've got fear pointing to the 3 hearts out there, making a flush possible. The sheer size of Dwan's bet creates this kind of financial paralysis, a timidez or fear, that just overrides all logic. He gets more afraid of being wrong than he is confident in being right, and he folds the winning hand. This table just lays it all out perfectly, doesn't it? Dwan isn't trying to win with better cards, he's creating what's called fold equity, which basically means he's making his profit by forcing Sammy to fold. Sammy, on the other hand, lets fear completely destroy the actual value of his hand. It's a total victory of leverage over logic. So here's the crucial point. Sammy's fold, it wasn't just a bad read. From a purely mathematical point of view, it was a violation of one of the most foundational, cardinal rules in all of poker strategy. Let's break it down. It's called the fundamental theorem of poker, and it basically says you should always make the decision you would if you had X-ray vision and could see your opponent's cards. Simple as that. Anytime you do something different from that perfect information play, you're losing money in the long run. And that is exactly what happened here. I mean, if Sammy could have seen Dwan's worthless 7-2, he would have called in a nanosecond, right? By making the mistake of folding, playing differently than he would with perfect information, he basically just gift-wrapped that entire $500,000 pot and handed it right over to Dwan. This whole incredible hand perfectly sets up the central debate in all of high-level poker. What's the best way to win? Is it through mathematical perfection, or is it through psychological domination? So on one side, you have game theory optimal, or GTO play. Think of this as a defensive, mathematical approach designed to make you like a robot, completely unexploitable. On the other side, you have exploitative play, which is an offensive style, where you're actively attacking your opponent's specific fears, their tendencies, and their weaknesses. And let's be crystal clear, Dwan's play was not GTO. It had nothing to do with math or balance. It was a pure, targeted psychological assault. He found Sammy George's breaking point, that timid is, and he attacked it with maximum force. He wasn't playing the cards or the probabilities. He was playing the man sitting across from him. And this leaves us with the ultimate question, right? It's one that every poker player has to answer for themselves. In the long run, what's more powerful? The cold, hard logic of unexploitable math, or the uncanny, intuitive ability to look across the table and read a human soul? This hand? Well, it makes a pretty powerful case for the latter.